Hello everybody! We're back! Aren't we, Becky?
We're back!
We're back, we are back. Yes, hello. I have not uploaded a video or picked up the camera in over a month. I sounded like I was getting upset then. Something went in my throat.
It's been a long
It's gonna be a long month. Yeah.
It's been a long month.
It has been a long month. Yeah, I haven't picked up the camera in over a month. And so we are going to Disneyland Paris on Sunday. We're currently on Easter holidays from uni and from work because both mine, Becky's and Joe's jobs, like all the families that we nanny for, are all on holiday. So we're all off work. Joe's family are skiing, Becky's family are in Trinidad, my family are in Scotland.
Joe's leggings are still here.
I'll tell you about that in a minute. Yeah, so therefore we are not required to work, which is great, isn't it?
Oh yes.
Well and truly
And
needed. And what?
This is really bad, but the best thing about it is that, so when you're a nanny, you get so many weeks holidays, but like you choose some and then like
They choose
some. So, but when they choose to go on holiday, you obviously still get paid. So, are yours away this week?
Mine are not away this week, no.
No, but mine and Joe's are away this week.
Yeah.
So we've managed, we've got a sweet deal because we've obviously getting paid this week, and then next week we've got our own actual annual leave.
Yeah. Mine actually aren't away this week. Claire's off work this week, John isn't. And then next week they're in Scotland at the same time as us being in Paris.
Whereas mine and Joe's are back from holiday.
Yeah. Joe's kids are actually back in school next week and she's swanning off to Disneyland Paris with us. Yeah, anyway.
Well, it's her birthday trip.
Yeah, it is her birthday trip. Anyway, so where have we been for the last month? You're probably wondering. I have had so many messages of people like, hi, I hope you're okay.
We're alive, don't
We're
worry.
fine, yeah. And I don't get me wrong, a lot of stuff has happened which could question whether we are okay. But we are fine. We are fine. I will explain everything. Yeah, a lot's happened. Yeah, just before I explain stuff though, I'm just trying to think if you've missed anything in terms of like light-hearted stuff. Have you missed anything that's happened that's like, that would have been vlog worthy but obviously didn't vlog it?
Joe's
What
leggings.
we got up to. Joe's leggings, yeah. Joe has been banging on about ordering some leggings from Marks and Spencer's, right, for about
4,000
4 or 5 months. That's still not been done, by the way. That's still the same. Yeah, Joe only likes her leggings from Marks and Spencer's. These particular ones, and they've been out of stock for months, and they finally came back in stock. And so she ordered 2 pairs, and it was on click and collect. And me and Becky went to Marks and Spencer's to click and collect quite a few parcels for Becky's boss. And whilst we were there, we said, oh, we'll pick up your parcel, Joe. So we had like 4 massive parcels for Becky's boss, and then Joe's parcel with the leggings in, and the orders got put into the boot of my car. This was like the day before Becky's kids were about to go to Trinidad, and everything that was inside their parcels was clothes and stuff, wasn't it, for them to take to Trinidad.
Yeah.
And they were just keeping them in the parcels and putting them in the suitcase. And so anyway, Becky gets the parcels out of my boot, gives them to her work, and then a few days later Joe's like, did you get my leggings, by the way? To which Becky was like 95% confident that she'd accidentally given them to her boss and that they were in their suitcases on the way to Trinidad. Luckily they weren't. They'd like fallen down the back in my boot and they were still in my boot, thank God. But we did have a good evening where we were joking about how Joe's leggings were en route to Trinidad.
Well, we genuinely thought they were.
Yeah, we did. So that was quite funny. Also, I qualified ages ago for disabled student allowance at uni with me being dyslexic. And if you don't know what disabled student allowance is, it's basically you get granted money that you don't have to pay back, but you don't get given the physical cash. You get granted it in like items that will help you with your uni course. For example, like you could get a computer for free, basically. That's like just one of the things that you could get. I didn't get a computer because I have a computer, and I did get offered one, but I said no. You know, I've got a laptop. I also have an iMac. I don't need that. Just being greedy sort of thing. However, I did get lots of free stuff, and that arrived. I probably would have usually have vlogged that, so I'll just very quickly show you what I got. It's nothing too exciting. Some of it's quite funny actually, isn't it, Becky?
I can't remember what it is.
So I got a printer. She's currently sat in the box still. So I got this printer for free. We do currently have a printer, however, it's been broken for a while, hasn't it? So when they offered me a printer, I was like, yes, please, because mine needs to go in the bin. I also got this for free, a headset with microphone, so I can look like I work in a call centre. I'm not gonna lie, I
don't know why they gave me
wouldn't use this, but you know, it was free.
And I don't understand though, because it's a USB, but they know that your MacBook,
that I have a Mac, yeah,
that it's not a standard USB, it's a USB-C. So you'd have to buy an adapter.
I got some random cables
For the printer.
for the printer, yeah, because they don't come with the printer in the box, so they sent me some cables. And then I got, what's this, universal microphone and power cord kit. So basically got a power bank and some different cables that are suitable for my phone, basically. But yeah, I got a power bank. It's in there. Ta-da! What's that? Is that a microphone?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
It's like a lapel. It's got no TV on it.
Yeah, and then a power bank in there. So these were all free. Put that back in. That's basically to like record the lectures, basically. But the microphone on my laptop is pretty decent and is fine. So that's like the physical products that I got for free. And then the dog. And then I got, was it four subscriptions from a computer to software to help me learn, basically. So I got Premium Grammarly, a 5-year license for free.
Does Premium Grammarly, by the way, have similarity checker?
Yeah, I think so.
Could have
Yeah.
done that for us a minute.
Yeah, I've not worked out how to use it yet though. Anyway, I got Premium Grammarly, a 5-year subscription for free. I also got this software called Pro Study, which is really good. If you are familiar with university, like academic writing and stuff, then you'll know that you have to like reference everything that you write in an essay. So your opinion, my opinion, is not allowed in the essay, basically. Everything that I say has to be from an academic source, and I have to reference that where I've got it from. So basically, I can't just sit down and write a paragraph about dogs based on my opinion, because my opinion is not an academic source. So I have to find 4 or 5 books about the behaviour of dogs. This is an example, by the way. I have to find 4 or 5 books about the behaviour of dogs, and my whole paragraph in the essay would have to be referenced to the sources. So if I've read in book number 1 that dogs are a calm breed, for example, then I'd write that dogs are a calm breed and have to reference that sentence to that particular book, and it's so time consuming. I'm sure obviously you'll be familiar with it if you're a uni or have been a uni student in the past. So this software called Pro Study basically helps organise your life when you're trying to find all the different sources for referencing. Because one of the main things that I struggle with being dyslexic is that my organisation skills are just like non-existent. And the DSA like assessor person, when they were talking to me and like assessing what could benefit me, asked me lots of questions about whether I have like lots of tabs open up on like my web browser when I'm like doing essays. And like as they were talking to me, I currently had like 27 tabs open on Google Chrome, all with different websites and books and links to different sources. And they were like, this software will literally organize all that for you, and you'll no longer have to have 20,000 tabs open on the internet. So that's basically what that is. I'll find a book and I'll think, oh, page number 3, that's got something really useful, but I don't want to use that right now. I can then put it into ProStudy and it'll save it for me for later, and then I can close that tab basically, and it just makes life a little bit more organised. That's probably 2 of the best pieces of software that I've got. Yeah, I am. So Grammarly and ProStudy. I also got some other bits. Oh, Glean, yes, I got one called Glean, which basically audio records the lectures, but it doesn't just audio record it. It's like an account on the Glean website, and you press record at the start of the lecture, and then say for example we're on slide 4 of the lecture and they start talking about something off topic, but it's really important to remember. I can press important on the Glean website, and then it will save it as like a separate sound clip. So rather than at the end of the lecture me thinking, oh, about 45 minutes into the lecture they started talking about that thing that was really important and I can't remember what they said, rather than me having to scroll through a 2-hour audio clip and try and find the precise moment, it takes that section and saves it as like a separate clip. So then I can just instantly re-listen to that one section and not have to scroll through the whole 2-hour clip, if that makes sense. So I also got that for free. And then I got another couple of things. I got Global Autocorrect, which basically is like a spell checker, but rather than normal spell check where obviously underlines it in red and says you've spelt this wrong, and then you have to physically click on it and try and work out what the right spelling is, it just works out what you was trying to say and changes the spelling for you. You don't, like, a lot of the time I don't even realise that I've spelled it wrong because it recognises it straight away and changes it for you. So that's also cool. And then I got another thing to do with dictating the essay, so I can like talk into it and it'll type it for me, but I haven't actually used that yet. Yeah, so basically I got 2.5 grand's worth of products / software for free. So pretty chuffed about that. So I would have obviously vlogged that. I actually got that about 3 weeks ago now.
What else did you get?
What else did I get? Oh, I also got a whiteboard. Now that was like the funniest thing ever. They said to me that they'd send me a whiteboard for the wall so I could like organise stuff a little bit better. Because a lot of the stuff for me is the space around organisation basically. And so I knew I was getting a whiteboard with whiteboard pens, and this whiteboard that turned up at the house is absolutely massive. I'll insert a picture of me stood with the box now. It's just insanely huge. It's like a whiteboard that is suitable for a classroom and not a wall in a person's house. Basically, it's ginormous. We did stick it up on the office wall to the left of the iMac with about 8 command strips, and it stayed up for a whole day. And then we were all sat eating tea in the evening. I think we put it up about 10 o'clock in the morning, and then about 7:30 that evening we were all sat at the table eating tea, and all of a sudden we had this massive bang upstairs and it had fallen off the wall. So it's currently not on the wall. It needs to be properly attached to the wall, you know, with like screws and stuff. But the command strips lasted for a few hours, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. The most ridiculously large whiteboard. Like, who in the right mind thinks that's a normal size whiteboard to send out to a student? I've no idea. Becky, the dog's just been sick.
You joking?
Well, but it was like water. It's just that, it's like water.
Oh, dude, you alright, kid?
Yeah, so, anyway, I'm already on 14 minutes of waffle. So, yeah, I got that. Right, so let me explain to you where we've been for the last month. Let me like sit down a minute. Right, I'm going to sit down just purely because my arm's going to start hurting. Right, hello. So this looks a bit like formal, but it's not formal. So, where have we been? When was the last time we uploaded a video? Let me have a look. 9th of March. It's now the 13th of April. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be the 5th week since I last uploaded a vlog. I'm so sorry.
What else happened?
What else happened?
It was my birthday.
It was Becky's birthday, yes. It was Becky's birthday. Becky's now 27. What did you get for your birthday? Oh yeah, yes, come on show. Come on show. I'm sat here like a newsreader. I got Becky for her birthday a new Apple Watch.
I didn't ask for it. I'd like to put it out there.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter whether you asked or didn't ask for it. That's what you got.
Yeah, no, just because it's expensive, that's all.
Yeah, you got that. What else did you get? Joe got you some fancy. Oh yeah, she got sea monkeys.
But I killed them already.
And Joe got you some expensive like felt tips because Becky likes adult colouring.
And they come in like a
happy with
really nice like.
Oh yeah, they're all like numbered and stuff.
Look at that.
They are pretty cool. And they've got like two ends, like one side's
Yeah.
thicker and one side's a thinner nib. Yeah, you're quite happy with them, aren't you?
Yes.
I can't think what else you got.
I got a pair of trainers off my dad.
Yeah.
Got some curtains off Jen.
Yeah, oh that's my mum. And you got some colouring books as well to go with the pens off Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we went out for a lovely meal at the Perfect Match on a birthday with some friends. Yeah, it was very nice, wasn't it?
It was really nice.
It was a really nice
It was my
birthday.
first birthday out of lockdown.
Yeah, because March 2020 was obviously lockdown number 1. March 2021 was lockdown number 3. So it was nice to actually be able to celebrate Becky's birthday outside of the house this year. Yeah. So anyway, where have we been? So there has been a lot going on. I think I hinted on the last vlog that we had a lot of medical stuff going on. I don't know if it was on the last vlog or if it was on Insta stories, I can't remember. But we had basically a lot of appointments across both me and Becky for multiple different things. And we also were like finishing up this first year of uni. We've got our second to last deadline on Monday coming. Becky has submitted, I have not yet, however I'm very nearly finished. After I've finished making this video, I'm going to finish my assignment and upload it. And then we've got one assignment left, which is due in a month's time. And we're done until September, and things are starting to slowly feel like on the educational side of things that like life's starting to calm down a little bit. It's the first year of uni has been so intense. It was way more intense and stressful than I thought it would be when we started the course, but we had a great first year. We've made some lovely friends on our uni course. 2 people in particular we've become really close friends with. Yeah, and it's been really nice, and Becky in particular has been absolutely smashing her grades. Are you happy for me to share what grades you've been getting, Becky?
Yeah.
Becky has got a 2-1 in every single assignment she has submitted this year. Now, for a first year student, that is insane. I don't think many people can say that they would have got a 2-1 in every single assignment in your very first year in uni. And I'm very proud of her. The teachers at uni have literally, oh thank you. The teachers at uni have literally like, it's a little bit bad really, because they kind of show favouritism towards Becky in terms of her grades, because they blatantly tell the whole class how Becky's grades are amazing compared to everybody else's, don't they?
Oh, A little bit.
Did you?
It's a bit
But
awkward though.
it's awkward for you though. It's unfair
Yeah.
on you to put you in that position. But yeah, she's absolutely smashing it. Yeah, and you've decided.
Got an email this morning, didn't I?
Did you?
Oh.
Oh, off one of the teachers. Yeah, I was like, did you? So I'm just gonna eat my lunch whilst I'm talking to you. Ooh, this chicken looks nice. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, it's hot. Could you get me the salt and vinegar? Oh, the salt's there. Yeah. Anyway, Becky's been smashing it with the grades. I've been doing well as well, just not as well as Becky. I was very, very hard on myself when we got the very first grade back because Becky got a 2-1 and I got a 2-2, and I was like, my assignment is nowhere near, what's the word, not nowhere near, it's no worse than yours. Why have I not got the same grade? And I think it's difficult when we're both on the same course when it comes to getting the grades back, because we live in the same house obviously and we're together and whatnot. But I've come to accept that Becky is just exceptionally bright. And I'm just not there.
That's not true.
And that I am doing well because actually my grades is one of the best in the class as well.
Yours is still one of the best in the class.
So I've got a 2-2 in every assignment until the last grade that we got back. I got a 2-1, which I was buzzing about. And then obviously we've got the assignment that we're submitting at the minute, and then we've got one more. But what's most irritating, especially for you, I feel, is that this first year doesn't count towards the final grade.
Yeah,
and obviously you've got amazing grades.
Yeah, it's really annoying though, because I think in the one we just submitted, I've really aimed for a first in it.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's uni. That's the uni update. Becky's smashing it. I'm doing pretty well as well.
You're smashing it too.
Yeah. And yeah, that's uni. It was really stressful. I think there was a time between just before Christmas and probably halfway through this term, as in between February and Easter, where I was just like, it's just so hard, I don't know if I can do it. But everything's fine. I'm starting to find it a bit easier, I think. And I think I was really hard on myself to start with, and I've just really hard on myself, and I've just started to bring myself down a bit and back to reality that everything is going well, if that makes sense. I'm just a bit of a harsh critic on myself. Anyway, so yeah, that was part of the reason why I haven't been vlogging, because I've been trying to finish off everything. And Main Street Maker has had to, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I've put the shop on holiday because I was getting orders and I just couldn't fulfill them, because I was getting orders for cups that I didn't already have pre-made. I did not have the time to make the orders. So I was having to contact people to say, I can either cancel your order or you can keep it, but I just can't, it will not be with you anytime soon, sort of thing. So, and I've only got one outstanding order left at this moment in time from the backlog, which is good. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna eat this and then I'll carry on talking because it's gonna go cold. And then I'll carry on talking. Food will always come first in my life. Right, had my food. Becky's sat behind you, as in behind the camera, eating 2 steak bakes from Greggs. Well, as in, they're not from, they are Greggs. They are, you know, the ones you get from Iceland that you cook yourself at home. Are they good, Becky?
Mm.
Yeah.
And yes, I have to. And what?
Doesn't matter.
I wish they were chicken bakes though. Oh.
Yeah, you were gutted that they weren't chicken bakes in the freezer and they were steak, weren't you? Anyway, Becky just reminded me that I was about to say what Becky's decided to do with, like, after uni, and then she interrupted me.
I apologise.
That's alright, you're the one who pointed it out that you interrupted me and didn't say. So, shall I let you tell them? What have you decided to do?
I'm eating.
Oh, and in between mouthfuls.
Well, I haven't fully decided. Well, I have decided. I want to get a PhD.
Yeah. In
Education.
Yeah, because she's a smart cookie. Yeah. So we've been having to do this like reflective. What do you want to do when you finish this course? Crap at uni. What did you want to do when you first came on the course? Blah blah blah. And I have this dream and vision that I want to own my own breakfast and after school club, but Becky doesn't share that same like passion to me, and which we both went onto that course knowing, didn't we? But you still share a passion of working with kids and helping children and stuff. I don't know what the dog's doing, rolling around on her back.
To be fair though, I think so far on this course, it's not necessarily a passion of working with kids. It's more, for me, I think, I don't know how to describe it. You know what I mean?
Making changes to help them be done, maybe? No?
Kind of, but kind of just throwing like a different viewpoint into it.
Yeah.
I really like the theory of everything behind it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I never worked with a kid again in my life, that's fine.
Yeah.
And do you know what I
But
mean?
how things affect. Yeah. If that makes sense. So anyway, so you've decided, haven't you, because you wasn't too sure what you wanted to do and you kept saying to the teachers, well, how can I write about what I want to aim towards when I don't know what I want to aim towards? And that's why you're on the course, to try and work it out. And she's decided that she wants to do a master's after this, and then she wants to do a PhD. So that's very exciting for you, isn't it? Whereas I'm very much, I'm going to finish this course and then open up a business.
I'm out of it.
Yeah. I do not care for masters. Well, I don't know. That view might change. Obviously, I've got 2 whole years yet. But, yeah. Anyway, so that's uni. And it's all that side of stuff. So, the main reason why I haven't vlogged for the past 5 weeks is because we've had so much going on in terms of different appointments for different things, that whilst things were in the like investigation stage, if you want, I couldn't really talk about on camera because people in our life didn't know they were going on.
Still don't.
Some people still don't know, yeah, that they were going on. And obviously I couldn't really share that to strangers on the internet without people that are actually close to us in our life not knowing. And it's not fair to friends and family to find stuff out through the internet, although some of it they probably are going to find out through this vlog, but some of it they do know about. But it's mad though, isn't it, that I actually feel more comfortable telling the vlog stuff than I do telling people in our life stuff. But yeah, no, there was some stuff though that was being investigated that could have gone one way or the other, and until you knew the way that it was going, and some of it we still don't. Most of it we still don't know. I know this sounds like I'm literally talking in riddles.
You are.
Yeah. But it makes sense.
No, yeah, it makes sense, yeah.
So anyway, so I'm going to start with Becky, I think, because you've had the most going on. So, to start with, Becky, for about a few years, it's been a few years, hasn't it? Whether it be me or whether it be other people, have questioned whether Becky might be autistic, basically, because she is very particular with certain things, to the point where you can't change her point of view on certain things because she's like, no, it's this way or the highway sort of thing. And so just before Christmas, at Becky's old job when she worked at the school, the Senko person, what?
It was the week before we went to Disneyland Paris with Laura and Hannah.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah,
so
it was
back in
because
October.
we were having the whole joke with Laura.
Oh, right, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. So, the week before we went to Disneyland Paris, at Halloween, the Senko lady at the school Becky was working at, without her knowing, did a initial assessment on Becky, but she didn't tell her she was doing it. So she just watched her behaviour in work, and assessed her basically, and then said obviously she can't diagnose or anything, she can just use her own knowledge and opinions on things. And she basically, her and the head teacher called Becky in and said that we've been watching you basically and feel like you could be autistic and that you should maybe go down the route of getting a diagnosis basically, because there's certain things that you're funny about, aren't you? Like, for example, things have to be colour coded. So like working at breakfast and after school clubs, they always have like the IKEA plastic cups and plates, and oh my god, if Becky has colour coded the plates to go into like a rainbow pattern and somebody readjusts it, she goes mad. Like, you don't go mad, but like it annoys you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you like to have things done in a particular way and you like routine. So like her knife and fork at the house, she took a liking when we moved into, we've got like 2 different styles of knives and forks, we've got like 2 different sets, and Becky took a liking to one particular style and now she will only eat with that style knife and fork.
They are very different though.
They are very different, but to most people it wouldn't, as long as it is a fork and as long as it is a knife, then that's fine, you can still eat with it, whereas Becky will then eat with the style that she feels comfortable with. And what else was like a telltale sign? You're just very thingy on routine, aren't you? Like that on a Monday your shift starts at this time and finishes at that time, and then if there's a week where that routine is going to change, she tends to be in a bad mood that week and she doesn't really know why she feels down, for example. And a lot of the time we've worked out over the time that when she's been having down weeks, it's because the routine has changed that week basically. So they're the reasonings behind you being put forward for an autism assessment, wasn't it? So she had to have about 7 different appointments. It was ridiculous. She had an on the phone hour-long appointment. You've had appointments on, it's all been done virtually, hasn't it? Mm-hmm. But it was either on the phone or it was on like was it on Teams or Zoom or something, like that, wasn't it? And it was a very long process, so that's all pretty much happened over the last month, and it has come back that she is autistic. So your official diagnosis is high functioning autism, which is basically Asperger's syndrome. However, Asperger's syndrome is no longer a thing. They've got rid of it and just changed it to high functioning autism. So for those who don't know, I think traditional autism is for children and adults that are kind of non-verbal, they tend to be non-verbal. Yeah, there is a spectrum.
You've got
you know, very
low functioning and high functioning. Low functioning is where
you struggle to do most stuff.
Struggle, can't get yourself dressed, probably non-verbal,
need assistance with most daily activities.
As high function, you're perfectly fine. I won't say perfectly fine,
but you know, you can function in society. You can function basically
without aid.
Yeah.
But there's aspects
of your functioning that are, I don't know how to word it. Different, yeah. So Becky's main things is routine. That's pretty much it though, really, isn't it, with you? It's just routine. She's very routine orientated, and if there isn't a routine, then I don't want to use the words that she can't cope, because she can cope. She doesn't go into full-blown meltdown, but she can cope, but like, as in, it then starts to affect her mental well-being. That's a good way to describe it, isn't it?
Especially when they put break out at 11:02. Who does that?
So yeah, so she's finally had that diagnosis, and now a lot of things make sense, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's nice to, I think it's nice to be able to say, well, that happened because of this, and this happened because of that. I mean, we're not talking
Yeah.
anything major.
It's
but
like, well, a lot of people just always thought I was a dick.
yeah, a lot of people always assume that Becky's an awkward person, which she is an awkward person, but there's a reason behind that now.
Yes, it's nice
The
to
reason's
know I
always been
wasn't
there. Yeah.
I wasn't just being a dick.
Yeah, I think a lot of people class you as a very stubborn person, like, you know, like, so like in work, basically, a lot of situations that have ever happened in a workplace where people have classed Becky as being awkward and stubborn and not being very flexible is when they've tried to change the routine. So then she's got a backup and been like, but no, that's not what we normally do, and then an argument has occurred because Becky's not happy that they're changing the routine. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what, yeah. And then, so now, all those previous situations where people have been like, she's so stubborn, well, they've not necessarily said they're so stubborn, but we feel like that's what they're thinking. And even I sometimes have thought, why can't you just, if this is in the past, why can't you just be like, but okay, that's the new routine, let's just go with it then. But you really struggle to be told the routine's changing. It's mainly if they do it at last minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if we are supposed to be going, if she was supposed to be going in work today for 4 o'clock and the shift is 4 till 7 and it gets to 10 to 4 and they say, actually we don't need you till 5, she'd be like, but why, you told me 4 o'clock. So then she'd go in at 4 and she'd be like, you told me 4 o'clock, so therefore I'm here. That is Becky, basically.
That is so true.
So it's just situations like that that now make sense because her brain can't handle the last minute change of routine. She needs ample time to be told the routine's changed, basically. Like, it's not with everything. Some stuff obviously you're happy to go along with and do on the whim, aren't you?
Yeah, but that's.
But it's
That's
I think it's
something-
more structured stuff like
Yeah.
working and things like that.
Like, say, for example, if university got changed to like a Wednesday and a Thursday, I'd be like, no,
yeah,
it's a Monday and a Tuesday.
yeah. But we have no plans right this second to go out for tea tonight. However, we could at 5 o'clock be like, should we go out for tea? She wouldn't have a problem with that, would you?
Oh, they frosted the sausages.
No, you wouldn't though, would you? Ultimately,
No, but
that's what I mean. Like, it's more structured things being changed that she
but
has an issue
something
with.
that I've learned that Adam says is
Who's Adam?
the thingy guy.
The assessor guy.
Yeah. Like, one day you could struggle really badly with like sensory issues, so like something being too bright or too loud or whatever, and the next day you could be at a concert.
Yeah.
Like, it's not always the same.
Yeah.
And just because someone once has said, oh, it's too loud, doesn't mean they're never ever going to go to a concert.
Yeah.
They can if they want to.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
Yeah, and that's your other thing as well. You're a little bit sensitive to sound,
Yeah.
aren't you? Loud sound, but not all the time. Like Becky's just said, she can have some days where she's sensitive to loud noises and other days where she's perfectly fine and doesn't care. But yeah, apart from that, that is your autism. That is, isn't it? It's just routine and a little bit of sensitivity to sound, really. You don't have any other
light.
sensory things, really. A light, a little bit. But that's it. But yeah, so we finally got that. But we didn't want to like vlog the experience with the potential that she might not have been diagnosed autistic, because it's actually really difficult to diagnose females with autism. Don't know why, but apparently that's a thing. And plus, a lot of people didn't know that you were going through that process, did they? It was only me and Joe that knew. So we couldn't really put it on a vlog when it was only me and Joe that knew about it, really, could we, in life? No one else knew. I think, in fact, the only other people that did know was the teachers at uni.
Yeah, because they pulled me aside.
Yeah, because they questioned it. As she started the assessment, they said, has anyone ever said you might be autistic? And she was like, I'm in the process of having the assessment done. Yeah, so that's that part with Becky. Now, another thing that's been going on with Becky, you've only had one appointment actually, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm wondering if
There's
Yeah.
So another medical thing, it's all medical. Becky woke up. We had the booster COVID jabs on, when did we have them?
I don't know.
I think it was like end of February, start of March. It was like not long before I stopped vlogging. Can't remember when it was. We all had the booster jab. And then, so we had the booster jab on like the Saturday or the Sunday.
I think it was like a Sunday morning.
I think it was a Sunday morning. And then on the Monday or Tuesday morning, I think it was the Tuesday morning, at uni, well, I was at work before going to uni and Becky was obviously at home, and she sent me a picture in the mirror of her armpit. Her armpit had swollen pretty big. It was like a tennis ball size. And said, oh, my armpit, I woke up with my armpit swollen. It didn't hurt, did it?
No, it didn't hurt, no.
Just swollen. So I was like, oh, you should probably contact the doctors because that's not normal. And so did you contact the doctors that day? I can't remember.
No,
No, you didn't. Yeah, she googled it and was like, oh, it's a side effect of the jab. So I was like, oh, right, okay, fair enough. So we left, that was it. Then you left it a week or so, didn't you?
Yeah, and it didn't go.
It didn't go down. So I was like, you should really get it checked out because that's not normal. And it probably is just the jab, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So you got it, you went to just a GP and they checked you over and said, it probably is just the jab, or it could be like some kind of viral infection that your body's fighting that you don't really realise you've got going on. So we'll do some blood tests. So then they did some blood tests and some blood tests come back abnormal. We don't actually know which test they were, do we? Oh dear.
I can't look.
So some blood tests have come back abnormal and basically there's suspicion that it's something a lot worse could be going on basically. Your armpit area is linked to your chest, so could be a lump that could be associated with your boobs, basically. So you got referred to the Nightingale, which is the breast cancer clinic at the hospital. So you have had one appointment, haven't you? And basically the specialist breast cancer surgeon has felt her armpit and he said he doesn't feel like, because let me just actually backtrack, the swelling has gone down but it is still there. It's gone down massively, but it is still slightly swollen. It's not gone completely back to normal. So anyway, the specialist at the Nightingale...
Oh, and it was the white cell count.
That was it, the white cell count was abnormal. So the specialist has felt her armpit and he said that he thinks it is probably nothing to worry about. But he do scan anyway, just to double check. But he feels like it's probably a reaction to the jab. But then they've done a scan and there is a lump in her armpit. So that's all we're up to at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
The lady who did the scan did say try not to worry. From her previous experience of doing scans and stuff, she thinks the lump looks like it's benign, doesn't she?
Yeah.
So therefore you're not worried,
no.
Are you? And I think that I was worried prior to the scan, and since that lady said it looks benign to me, obviously they're not just going to be like it's fine. They're obviously still going to look into it and stuff, but since she said that, I feel a little bit more confident because the specialist felt everywhere, didn't he? And he said he feels like everything's normal.
Really?
And obviously even though there is something there, having two people say it looks like it's probably benign is, and if you don't know what benign means, it basically means not cancerous. So
because it's quite deep.
It's quite deep within her armpit, yeah. So hopefully, so Becky's got an unknown lump in her armpit. There's a small chance that it could be breast cancer, but
we're hopeful.
We're hopeful that it isn't, basically, but we still don't know what it is. You're waiting for another appointment at the Nightingale at this moment in time, aren't you?
Yeah.
So Becky's autistic and she's got an unknown lump in her armpit.
Anything else?
I think that's it for you, isn't it?
I've got a gouge.
She keeps saying she's got a gouge. She knows she's got a graze on her back, and she keeps going, oh, I've got a gouge on my back. So that's Becky. And then moving on to me. I don't even know how to start this story because I don't want to waffle too much, but I don't really
You
know.
just need to cut to the chase.
I need to cut to
You
the chase.
need to have an operation.
Yeah. So I need to have an operation. Because the doctors have found a lump in my womb, basically. So a very, very quick backstory. Let me just do another clip because this one's going to cut off.
It's not going to be a quick.
Yeah, very, very, very quick backstory. I have been fighting with my GP since I was probably about 14 to refer me to a gynecologist because I have irregular periods. And when I say irregular, they pretty much don't exist. So obviously a normal woman should have 1 period a month, so you should have 12 periods in a year. I, on average, have between 3 to 6 periods a year. 6 is a good year. 3 is a bad year. For example, in 2020, I only had 3 periods throughout the whole year. And I have always been like that. I started my periods when I was 12, and every single year, I have never had a year where I've had 12 in a year. I don't think I've ever gone over about 8. So I've been fighting the doctors since I was about 14 to refer me to a gynecologist, because the GP has always just said to me, well, you're overweight and therefore that'll be why you don't have regular periods, and if you lose weight they'll go back to normal. But that's absolute bullshit to me, because in the past I have lost weight and nothing has changed. So anyway, I got referred to a gynecologist. I had my very first appointment back in, it's all similar timescales. I had my first appointment back at the start of November. So
Yeah,
just after the Paris trip, just after the Halloween Paris trip, I had my very first appointment with the specialist. It's actually at a private hospital, but as an NHS patient, which is quite an experience because the hospital is like walking into a hotel. Yeah, so I had my very first appointment and he said he thinks I might have polycystic ovary. So he said I'm going to send you for an ultrasound scan. Me thinking I'm just having a normal ultrasound scan. Turned up on the day, didn't I? I had to have a full bladder for this scan. Ultrasound, I'm just picturing what pregnant women have, you know, when they go to view the baby. The jelly on the belly, all that stuff. Yes, I did have that. However, I then had to go and empty my bladder and have an internal ultrasound as well, which all I'm going to say is not very pleasant. But yeah, so I had an ultrasound, both internal and not internal ultrasound scans back in November. And then I had to wait for my next period and have blood tests done on day 4 or 5 to get like a clear hormone reading of me. So yeah, so I had them done, and then I had my follow-up appointment last week. Basically, the scan has found that I've got a lump in my womb. It's called a polyp. They don't know whether it could be womb cancer or not, but it's very unlikely that it is. But until they go in and remove it and test it, they don't know whether it's cancer or not, basically. But that is the reason that has grown, is because I don't menstruate regularly, because I don't work properly, basically. That is one of the risks of you not menstruating regularly, is that you're at much higher risk of developing womb cancer, basically, which, having only found that out now, is really annoying that the GP has never ever referred me in the past, because this could have been avoided. But do you know what, never mind, this is where we're at. So I'm currently waiting for an operation. It should be done. He told me last week that I need it done, and he said it'll be in the next 4 to 6 weeks, and I'll need a week off work. So yeah, I'm waiting for an operation to have a lump removed from my womb. Oh, and he also confirmed that I've got polycystic ovary. So finally, I know why I don't really have a regular cycle. Yeah, all that happened is in the last 4 weeks. So that's where we've been.
Yeah, plus we've had 2 uni deadlines.
2 uni deadlines, and the one that we're currently doing, so 3 uni deadlines. And this life's just been crazy, hasn't it?
Yeah. And we've had Joe's party.
We had Joe's birthday party, we had your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Joe's had some shit go on as well.
Joe, so obviously Joe lost her dad just before Christmas, and then she unfortunately lost her brother as well. I think it was around the time I stopped vlogging.
Start of March, yeah.
Start of March, yeah. Unexpectedly, he was fit and healthy. He'd started to suffer with seizures, and he unfortunately had a seizure in the night and died from it. So yeah, just everything's just been a bit rubbish.
So we cannot wait for Sunday.
We cannot wait to walk down Main Street on Sunday and just leave all the stress back in the UK and just have fun with Mickey, Minnie, Donald.
If we find him.
If we find him, yeah. So that's everything. That's the update.
How long is that?
Probably quite long.
Probably about an hour.
Yeah, but do you know what? We cut to the chase, didn't we? Anyway, so if you're still here, thank you very much for watching this video. The next video will be a Disneyland Paris vlog, and then I will go back to regular weekly vlogs after the Paris vlogs have been out. Yeah, we're going on Sunday. We are there for...
To be fair, we've missed quite a lot
5 days.
We've done quite a lot of shopping.
We have done a lot of shopping. I might do another little video in between this one and Paris of like clothes.
I mean,
but...
all of this is new clothing for me.
Becky's been on a bit of a shopping spree. So yeah, so anyway, I hope that answered everyone's questions, and
Now
like,
leave us alone.
yeah,
Piss off.
I'm sorry that I did just disappear though and I didn't really say what was going on. I'm really sorry about that, because I hate that as a viewer who, you know, watching
you still ask what's happened to Jade Billington.
I do. Does anyone else watch Jade Billington? Does anyone else wonder what's happened to her? Anyone else wonder if she's okay? That's what I mean, like, as a viewer who watches a vlogger who uploads weekly, for them to just disappear and not really say why, I find that frustrating. So I do apologise if you do watch us weekly and then I've just disappeared. I'm sorry. But yeah, we're back. We're fine. We're in high spirits even though there is stuff going on. And yeah.
Loving life.
We're loving life. We shall see you next time down Main Street.
What?
Bye. Bye.